Okay, I'm starting today's recording. I'm still on the first panel. I'm kind of moving a little bit slow. Seems like it, huh? Oh, oops. I've had the stipple brush up because I'm working on this other other project. It's some clip art for a publication. And I'm using stipple to give it kind of an old school D&D look. And it's working out pretty well. I think I need to move this leg a little bit further this way. All right. Nothing like an overworked drawing. And this is nothing like an overworked drawing. Well, as far as I can tell. I'm looking at my floor line. It's not great. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, that's all right. And I think the problem with it is here. I don't think I should have a floor line. So it starts out, the reason I have the floor line is because I have this sort of lip on the end here. I don't know if you can see that. At the bottom of the previous page. And I do want to have... It's great to have something up in the foreground. And whether you put it in the corner, the top, the bottom, the side, whatever. In this case, we got our main guy in the foreground. And another possibility, and I won't actually do it, I'm just going to make this as a fake layer. You could do this. You can make the head that big and say that's the foreground. So you get a real extreme foreground, stuff in the background. And I had to really consider whether I wanted to do that because I kind of thought it might be a good idea. I didn't end up doing it, obviously. All right. I'm looking at this guy. I think his foot's a little bit off balance. Let me, without the benefit of the pencils for a moment. Sometimes the pencils aren't your best friend. Let's move the leg aside a little bit. I think that's probably better. If you're curious what the other project looks like, let me just show you that really quick. This is for the Runes RPG. Or the Rune RPG... let me see what it's... Let me get the title right. Runes Fantasy RPG Zine. This is a character sheet I designed. And it's a front and back. And then these are sort of like clip art ideas for things that can be in the book. And I've only inked some of them, but there'll be more that gets inked, so I'll do this quad that I drew, and I drew these weapons, I drew this cool rat. You know, it's all supposed to look pretty old school. I did this dragon. Looking good. You can see this is where I used the stipple. Speaking of which. There we go. All right. Let's get back to business. Back to business. And here we go. Looking at this, and I think I might have even hedged my bets just a little bit in the wrong direction. There we go. How about that? That's a little bit better. But there's still another character, Princess Illuminara. She's in the back. There we go. I don't like how I did her eyes. Once again, I kind of moved away from what I had on the pencils. You know, sometimes you just kind of go by feel a little bit and feel your way along. Big news. The adventure anthology is coming together. I think if I ever get the final page of Bishop's comic, at this point we're waiting for Jake. It's Jake's doing the tone, so I'll send him an email and see how he's doing. And he's still got time because to my knowledge, we haven't gotten the cover done yet either. This is always my fault, but I mean it is a for fun type of anthology. Makes me kind of wonder how Lee Gold handled it all those years. There's only one. What she didn't do. I wonder how many she did. I think she just did one a year. Might have been more often than that. Of alarms and excursions. It makes me wonder though. Okay, so here's our thighs ending here. Knees. We're going to have to draw through a little bit. Feet. She's way too tall. Let's redo this. Try again. Thigh. Here. Knee. Calf. It's a little bit more sane. It is Friday. It is Friday afternoon. I'm ready to work on this all weekend. I'm feeling like a little bit of a slacker lately. You know what? We should make the antennas reflect her emotional state. If you were surprised, your antennas would stick straight out, right? So we could go. So let's fix that. Let's say that the antenna, these little housings are going straight back. And we have this sort of sproing, like they're fully surprised. The other thing is she's not in her bathing suit anymore. She should be wearing her adventuring gear, which has these little thigh pads. And there's like a little belt back here. Everything's kind of hidden. Okay, this is looking okay for right now. It definitely needs, well, no, is it? Yeah, I think it's okay. It's gonna need the background and the tones that we've already been using. Let's make sure that we have separation. Why would her foot be this long? Why? All right, I think that maybe her foot is back here. I don't know. We also, what about her insect parts? And her wings. She should also have like a verbal. She's surprised, right? So she should have like a, oh my gosh, something like that. A verbal indicator of surprise. It's like, well, did I make her look upset enough? Maybe something like this. Okay, I think that's a good start. All right. Next panel. We'll get to the tones. I like this panel, but I don't think I did a good job with the thickness. I made it a little bit too thick. So let's thin it up a little bit. I want to get his Lego peg head correct. Also, I think the mouth is a bit off. More than a bit off, actually. All right, let's try this. Yeah, pretty good. You know what, this would be better if I could work a finger in here, like an accusatory. He's holding the, let's put it right there for right now. He's holding the conduit in his right hand, so his left hand is where he says, hey, I'm not just a servant anymore. So, hang on. Second of all, these fingers, I'm making them look a bit too organic. This is a robot, so he should have a robotic look to him. And then I'm not making everything make sense. Okay. There's the body, part of a shoulder, part of a shoulder. There we go. Let's take out the pencil. All right, that looks pretty clean. That's kind of what we were going for. And because we're using all kind of thickish lines here, we can use thin lines to do some robotic details. I wonder if I want to give him that Dr. Doom mouth. You know how Dr. Doom has some strange technology in his mouth? I always wondered about that. Okay, now I would almost want to use some focus lines on this guy because he's really mad, but we're going to use focus lines down here on the very next panel. So I'm not sure it's a great idea. So I want to. I still want to do something, right? I got to use something. And tell you what, let's do this. We're going to rename this. Where is it? Show the keyboard. There's our bubbles layer. And let's switch to, come on now, technical pen. You can do focus lines 2 panels in a row, but I don't think you can in this case. Like in this case, I think that here we're showing emotion while there we're showing action. So using the same effect on 2 panels where we're trying to display 2 different things would probably be confusing. And yet we still have to do something. We still have to do something. It's going to be dark on this panel because we're going to throw all kinds of tones down here. And he's got this black, this large black focal area, you know, as part of his design. So, oh, but he also, you know what he has? He's in the dark. He has these glowing eyes, and it's not showing here. But like, take a look right here, you know? So we can see he's getting mad. And then we'll show him getting punched, but then he's going to react. So let's show him getting mad here, and we'll show some like energy effects coming off of him. Some of our old standard Kirby Crackle, which I like to use. Now here's the question. Should I... Oh, I put this on the bubbles layer. See, this is what happens when you're silly. So let's fix that real quick. Easy enough to do. Cut and paste. Make sure the bubbles layer is on the other side, and then take your cut and paste, throw it into the ink. Okay. Let's fix this area in draft. Alright, that's that way it won't confuse us anymore. I still think we want to show something. We want to show something. Can't be white, it's got to be dark. So it may be something that we put in the tones. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we'll just use all dark tones around him and then just do kind of a halo effect. Or maybe we show the eyes really glowing. Glowing with anger. What's going on here? There it is. I know we call this Kirby Crackle, but like, you know, a lot of the other comics guys used it too. It was such a cool effect. We could even do lightning bolts. This is cartoon language, right? As soon as we see it, we know what it means. Whoops. But I think what we'll probably do is I'm going to take this out for right now. And when we do our tones, that's really going to go in there. So let's put the tones here. And, oh, by the way, yeah, under the wrench, under canvas, that's where the reference is. That's what I told Marsh. He had asked. That's definitely where it is. I tried to tell him from memory while I was in my car. I wasn't driving. I was sitting in my car in the driveway. All right. Lizelle was like, "You hypocrite." It's only because we care. All right, what's going on? What am I in the tones layer? No wonder. All right. I don't want to get into the tones just yet, although I probably should. What have I got? 22 minutes? We'll both be destroyed. This is going to be hard to draw because... Oh, I just realized how much I screwed up. I should have been using Rusty Nib. And I was not. What was I doing there? We got to redraw this whole area. Same thing here. See, it needs that noisy. I think I made my dots too close in size. You need small, medium, and large. Okay, small, large, medium, and small. Okay. I think these were good lines, but I put them in the wrong layer, so let's just move them up a bit. All right, all that looks pretty good. While we're on the subject, That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's make sure we got the right one on. Rusty nib. Now, at this angle, he's being punched, but I think we should show the underside of this head. You know, one of the benefits of this design is like it's so easy to figure out. Like it's got a definite top and a definite bottom, you know, as far as drawing the shape in perspective. It should never be a problem because you always have it, you know. No, this is a more difficult shape. It's a cylinder. I mean, it's an ovoid. It's kind of a flattened ovoid shape. I don't know if I've had to draw him from behind. We definitely want to make it simple. So that he should not look more interesting from behind than he does from the front, you know? I mean, also I forgot to draw his gun. Trying to draw it in perspective. Where's that gun again? What did we do with it? Okay, his gun is in his right hand. Okay, we did that correctly. And it has like a thing here. Or just make sure that is correct. Okay, I think that's enough for right now. I'm traumatized by this page already. Please tune in tomorrow. We'll have more. Please like, follow, and subscribe. There'll be more comics every day. We'll be throwing the tones in over here, finishing up these roughs, fixing them up, making them a little bit more palatable to the human eye. We hope. We hope. We'll put some shadows and tones and stuff in here. Oh, I'm gonna halo this guy out a little bit. He's looking good. All right. Awesome. All right. Talk to you later.